wanting him to come back before anyone notices part of the world has not moved since he left. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits. Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. To know the history of science is to recognize the mortality of any claim to universal truth. Sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go, but rather learning to start over. You have to be able to recognize your truths in the daylight before you can find them in the dark. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. Happiness is a choice that requires effort at times. Fame, you'll be famous as can be, with everyone watching you win on TV, except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. A life fueled by passions is like riding on the back of a dragon. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. In life, there are two things which are dependable: the pleasures of the flesh and the pleasures of literature. Vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. To establish that a rule is likely to be true, one must try to prove it false. Stay in the center, and you will be ready to move in any direction. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. A trusting heart will follow only those who truly follow their heart. Business leaders make one of two mistakes: overestimating or underestimating their capabilities. Life is about accepting the challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. Don't ever give up. Even if it's painful, even if it's agonizing, don't try to take the easy way out. If you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams. It's not the men in your life that matters, it's the life in your men. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Every person has a right to risk their own life for the preservation of it. To force oneself to believe and to accept a thing without understanding is political and not spiritual or intellectual. In the calculus of feelings, you never really know how one person's absence will affect you more than another's. Small good decisions will lead you to the glorious path of success. Sisters in battle, I am shield and blade to you. As I breathe, your enemies will know no sanctuary. While I live, your cause is mine. Fear is the polio of the soul which prevents our walking by faith. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. Kikanik and Yangabadi Turltak Pada Kilokan Adab Dan Katingian Ilmasizi Orang. You can Turltak Pada Wajit Dan Pikayanya. We may be living past and future lives at the same time we are living this one. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. Time's stride, so uneven, some days endless, and others like the blink of an eye. For every good reason there is to lie, there is a better reason to tell the truth. I lie to myself all the time, but I never believe me. We may be small, and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. Chaos is more freedom, in fact, total freedom, but no meaning. I want to be free to act, and I also want my actions to mean something. The laughter of the world is merely loneliness pathetically trying to reassure itself. You're only young once, but you can be immature forever. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Don't leave it all unsaid, somewhere in the wasteland of your head. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. My happiness is not the means to any end. It is the end. It is its own goal. It is its own purpose. You are exactly where you need to be. If you want something, do something about it. Otherwise, it will be your whole life. There is nothing impossible to they who will try. Oh, don't cry. I'm so sorry I cheated so much, but that's the way things are. In the end, you have to choose whether or not to trust someone. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable. You must not ever stop being whimsical, and you must not, ever, give anyone else the responsibility for your life. Your conscience is the measure of the honesty of your selfishness. Listen to it carefully. Accidents don't happen to people who take accidents as a personal insult. If you're reading this, congratulations, you're alive. If that's not something to smile about, then I don't know what is. Stop longing. You poison today's ease, reaching always for tomorrow. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The best index to a person's character is how he treats people who can't do him any good, and how he treats people who can't fight back. The road to success is paved with determination, not with the footsteps of quitters. If you haven't the strength to impose your own terms upon life, then you must accept the terms it offers you. Men will not accept truth at the hands of their enemies, and truth is seldom offered to them by their friends. I don't want life to imitate art. I want life to be art. My fear was not of death itself, but a death without meaning. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. You serve a greater cause. Your life is not yours to throw away. Wisdom comes from experience. Experience is often a result of lack of wisdom. The deeds you do may be the only sermon some persons will hear today. Successful people have libraries. The rest have big screen TVs. People who fit don't seek. The seekers are those that don't fit. Life is like yoga. The only way you can enjoy it is by relaxing into any position you happen to find yourself in. You can't find someone who doesn't want to be found. We feel that even if all possible scientific questions be answered, the problems of life have still not been touched at all. Come friends, it's not too late to seek a newer world. Count your age by friends, not years. Count your life by smiles, not tears. Without man and his potential for moral progress, the whole of reality would be a mere wilderness, a thing in vain, and have no final purpose. Either you want change or you want comfort, but you can't have both. Baseless victimhood is usually the last stage before outright aggression. The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses. The truth is like salt. Men want to taste a little, but too much makes everyone sick. The goal shouldn't be to make the perfect decision every time, but to make less bad decisions than everyone else. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. Slowly we became silent, and silence itself is an enemy to friendship. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. Believe there is a great power silently working all things for good. Behave yourself, and never mind the rest. You define your own life. Don't let other people write your script. Even if you don't have all the things you want, be grateful for the things you don't have that you don't want. Successful people enjoy the journeys they embark on, irrespective of whether they reach their destination or not. I offer my opponents a bargain. If they will stop telling lies about us, I will stop telling the truth about them. There are no bad words, bad thoughts, bad intentions, and words. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Flexibility makes buildings to be stronger. Imagine what it can do to your soul. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. Failure is instructive. The person who really thinks learns quite as much from his failures as from his successes. If tomorrow were never to come, it would not be worth living today. You're already in the territory of the flowers. It's only a matter of time before you bloom. A home filled with nothing but yourself. It's heavy, that lightness. It's crushing, that emptiness. When it's possible for you to dream, it's not impossible to achieve. Doing what I like to do, the way I like to do it, makes me happy.